Hello guys, so this is part 2 of giving each Invincible variant a backstory. Why? Because the show doesn't really care, so, and also a few character creators obviously do. But for this one, we're going to do Omni Mark, which is the red one up here, yeah. Yeah. So this variant actually is very similar to the original timeline. And, like he, does superheroing and all of that, and his dad is secretly, ready to conquer the planet for the Viltrum Empire. But while Omni-Man tells Mark the truth, obviously they get into a big fight about it. And once they fight on, I think it was Mount Everest, I can't remember though, but, yeah, so pretty much once they fight on the mountain and stuff that the original timeline was and stuff, and after Omni-Man tells him the truth about everything and stuff, obviously later Omni-Man feels very sad. Like, he wishes that he did not do it, and after he realizes the bad things that he has done already, he actually, instead of flying out into space like the original timeline, he actually stays. Now, this would actually be kind of a bad situation, because after Omni-Man tries to, rebuild the Earth and tries to get everybody to forgive him and stuff for all the bad things he's done, the Viltrum Empire actually learns of this, that he's not fulfilling his duty of conquering the planet for the Viltrum Empire. They actually send Conquest. Oh, my cat for a second. They send Conquest because they were not going to waste any time once they learned that, obviously they got into a... Joey, not right now, okay? Sorry, my cat. After, they get into a big argument and stuff, they decide to send Conquest over because Earth is a valuable planet that they need to have because they already have low numbers and they can't really repopulate without doing any inbreeding and all that, and they don't want any defects, which is why they also want to be the perfect race of the universe. And Conquest will actually fly to Earth and tell them to conquer the Earth or I will kill you both, and I will do it myself. And obviously they get into a heated argument about it and stuff, and they eventually start to fight. But after hours and almost a full day of fighting, Omni-Man eventually dies to his injuries from Conquest. And, Mark seeing this, obviously he says, okay, fine, I will join the Empire, but only if you let my mother live, and also Amber, because Amber is his girlfriend, and he's in love with Amber too. So, yeah, he's forced to, do that stuff. And Amber is kind of like, trying to help him get through all of this and stuff. And after, some months of conquering Earth, because Earth is very resistant, they finally succeed. But after a few years in the Viltrumite Empire, Angstrom actually approaches him and says, hello, I am Angstrom Levy, and if you help me destroy this one universe, I will help you bring back your father and everything back to how it was. And obviously Omni Mark senses this, so he's, yeah, sure, I will join your cause. And, so Omni Mark then joins with the 18 variants and goes to destroy the original timeline of Invincible to help ruin his name and his image. And in doing so, he destroys a lot of cities and stuff. And a few people, when they see his costume, think that Omni-Man has returned, but once they see that it's Invincible in that thing, obviously some people, are very happy about that. But so after a while and stuff, he then sees Invincible jumping Shiesty Mark, which is in the corner of this image. I couldn't really get a good image of them together. But yeah, they team up and stuff to try to take down the original Mark and stuff. And Omni Mark personally tries to go for Adam Eve a lot because he hates her. Because, well, she has tried to get with him many, many times when he was with Amber, and he just never really liked her that much. So he actually ends up breaking her leg and almost killing her before eventually and stuff, when him and Shiesty Mark are hovering above in the air and stuff, they actually get jumped by Reaniman and stuff, which is like robot people and stuff with like human stuff or whatever in them and stuff. They teleport and stuff out of Cecil's teleporting device and jump them and just beat the living crap out of them. Now, Omni Mark eventually survives that, but Shiesty Mark dies to that. And later on, he is summoned over the Mark Grayson house with the other 8 remaining variants to discuss Phase 2, because Phase 1 was them destroying the Earth. And, well, eventually and stuff, after a heated argument with each other and all of that, and then a heated argument with Angstrom Levy, they all get sent to the Wasteland Dimension, which, we don't really have any news after that, though, because originally in the comics, Omni Mark was supposed to die in the Invincible War, but in the show, he survived, so we don't know if he's going to survive or not. But anyways, thank you for this. Obviously, please like, and for my YouTube video and stuff, which I will post this on YouTube, please subscribe. Helps out the channel. Also, I'll be posting this on TikTok. But thank you all very much. Up next is my personal favorite, Viltrumite Mark.